Did you know you can water bath potatoes? They are amazing. I tried it a couple weeks ago and I don't think I'll do it any other way. They just turned out marvelous. And first of all, I washed my potatoes, cleaned them really well, scrubbed them well. If you want, if you have a potato that's pretty new from the garden and it doesn't have much skin on it, you can leave the skins on as long as they're not too thick. But otherwise, I just cut them up and washed them, cut them up and cubed them to about this size. And then I set them in water. These have been sitting in the water for approximately an hour and a half or so because the water needs to run clear because you want to get the starch out. So what I'm going to do now is all my jars have been sterilized and they all have, in each jar is 1 tablespoon of vinegar and 1 teaspoon of salt. And then I'm going to add my potatoes to these now. And you can see how big they are, how large of cubes they are. They hold a fair bit, actually. And I'll just continue to do these until they're all done. I'm back. I finished filling all my jars. I got exactly 7 liters, which is 7 quarts. Now I'm going to fill each one all the way to the rim with 1 inch of headspace. And remember that I put 1 tablespoon of vinegar and 1 teaspoon of salt in each one of these jars prior to putting in the potatoes. I'm back and I have finished filling all my jars to 1 inch of headspace, covering all the potatoes. Now I'm going to take my paper towel and I'm going to make sure all the rims are really wiped dry and there's nothing left on them. It's very important again that for sealing purposes, and I have my little gadget here, my magnet to put all my lids on. This works so great. I just love it. You don't have to worry about getting your hands all hot, and sometimes it catches 2 instead of 1. That's all right. So here we are. We're just about finished. 1 more to go. This one doesn't want to come apart for some reason. I had 1 extra. So here we are, and now I'm going to take my ring and I'm going to tighten them quite tight, actually fairly tight. Because this is a water bath again. I'm using water bath, not pressure can. And I'm going to water bath these for 2 hours. If you choose not to use the vinegar and just use salt or nothing, you have to water bath them. It's very important that you add an extra hour, and you would water bath them for 3 hours if you do not use vinegar. It's very important that that happens. And I'm not sure why, but I'm short a sealer lid. I'll have to get that and I'll meet you outside. Hello, we're outside. I brought my potatoes outside. I love canning outside on my stove because it's a lot cooler. We don't have to heat up our house. And this is my water bath. It will hold 7 jars. And just remember, if you haven't put vinegar in your water, you will water bath these potatoes for 3 hours. With the vinegar, it's 2 hours. That's very important. It's actually starting to get a little chilly out here today. I'm going to put this down. There we go. And I will watch for it to get to a full rolling boil. Once it's at a full rolling boil, that's when you start your timer. Before that, you don't. You just has to be at a full rolling boil. I actually keep an extra pot of hot water on my stove and I add to it if I notice the water is evaporating. I'll see you in a little bit and show you the finished product. Well, I'm back and 2 hours has passed and these are the potatoes. They are at a full rolling boil still after 2 hours. So I'm going to turn it down.
I'm gonna start taking these out. Oh my goodness, look how beautiful they look. Absolutely amazing. And they probably taste, well, they won't taste beautiful, but they'll taste great. Look at them, absolutely clear as could be. This is very, very hot. You have to be very, very, very careful when taking them out. It's actually dark out here now. It's getting later in the fall, so it's not light as long as it used to be, which is kind of sad, but here we go. There we are. Ta-da! All done. Can't wait to try them. Thanks for joining.
Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. See you later.